Drunken or rowdy behaviour in public places was the biggest concern for residents in the all-in-one survey, and 25% was the rate of concern there. And as Kingston is a university town with an important nighttime economy, how do you intend to tackle this issue?
Well, Kingston Town Centre obviously does have a significant nighttime economy, and it's where a large number of students live and go out in the evening. And what I want to see is people be able to go out and have a good night in Kingston, but to have a safe night in Kingston as well, and to be able to do so whilst coexisting with local residents who understandably want to get a good night's sleep and not to have smashed glass, etc. outside their houses, which is obviously a legitimate concern for many local residents here. What we've done as a Conservative administration in Kingston, what my council colleagues have done, is to invest in 12 additional police officers for Kingston Town Centre, and they will ensure that crime and antisocial behaviour in the town centre is kept under control. And I hope that if there's another survey done in a year or two's time, then that concern would go down considerably. Instead of just carping about police cuts, as other parties have, we've actually taken decisive action here and invested in 12 new police officers for Kingston Town Centre.
Yeah.
Well, I think this kind of new drinking ban we've got in, I don't think that's good enough. I think really all that does is target poorer people who can't afford to go into pubs and pay £4 or £5 for a pint. So I don't think that's going to do it. I don't think that's the answer. I think if you're really looking at issues with youth kind of getting drunk and disorderly, look at our youth services. We need youth centres open for longer so young people have places to go. But when it comes to students, I think actually they get kind of a lot of unfair slack. I don't think it's students in the area that are causing all the problems. There are a lot of people living here who like to go out and drink, who aren't students as well.
Well, it is important, and I know that some students get a bad press for that, but I think what's all part of the university experience is a good education, but also having fun as well. So I don't want to discourage people going and have fun, but there's a limit to all this. And by the way, I don't think this rowdiness is about students. I think it's about other people in Kingston Town Centre. But I support measures such as the Kingston Pastors that will, would patrol in Kingston at night and then look after people that get themselves into trouble. And I think we need to make sure that the police are in presence. I mean, most people, you'll know, are very well behaved. They go out and have a good time and they don't cause any trouble. So it's only the minority that cause the trouble. So I think a combination of really just some community mindedness, things like the Kingston Pastors, and I think maybe a bit more of a police presence in the town, just for people who get into trouble and want some help, but also to make sure those things don't kick off.
We would take a kind of tough on crime attitude, but not to the kinds of crimes that you're talking about there. So the kinds of crimes that we're interested in dealing with and that we think should be of most concern to most people are the crimes that have victimised us all. And these are the crimes of the 1%. So these are the crimes that have been committed by the bankers that led to the crash. These are the crimes being committed by tax evaders. And these are the kind of crimes that we want to tackle very, very strongly. I think with regard to things like drunken behaviour, or even if you go back to things like the London riots and those sorts of events, while we don't condone kind of violence or riots, I think you also have to look at the social context in which these things are happening. So for example, if you take the London riots, the people who were involved in those, this was really a very angry reaction to a lack of representation, a lack of voice for working class younger people. And I think a lot of these crimes, and a lot of the reason why people turn to crime or even turn to drink is because of this lack of representation and a lack of a future that they see in front of them. So I think that in improving things like youth employment and improving the prospects that we offer to young people will help a lot with all of these kind of more street-based problems.
Constituency, being a university town in Kingston, brings a fantastic vibrancy and diversity, and indeed, as you say, a massive contributor to the local economy. A large percentage of students stay living in the town where they went to university, and I think that's fantastic. I think we need that vibrancy and diversity in Kingston. Fantastic, nighttime economy here, and I think that's one that we need to champion and continue to make sure we get it right. There are things that naturally are concerned about that. Drunken and disorderly behaviour can be, a huge problem, and therefore we need to look at again community projects, working with our local police service, working with our local NHS service, and seeing how we can utilise strong community service